You're listening to the Lifelong Learning Podcast with your hosts, Mama Kaiya and Mama Nika, from the Tribe Learning Co-op, an evolving village that supports families and finding their tribe through sharing resources and responsibilities. Journey with us as we explore what and how we learn with each other, our children, and ourselves. We and our guests will contribute to conversations around wellness through self-directed learning, parenting, sustainability, and community. If you've landed here, it's not a coincidence. What you're seeking is always seeking you too. We are so grateful for your presence energizing the tribe. Peace and welcome.
Hey y'all, it's the Tribe Learning Co-op podcast, and you are here with Mama Kaiya and
Mama Jessica. Hey y'all.
Hey, and we have a special guest with us today. We got drum roll, please. We got
Father
Marlon.
Daddy.
Right, we got one of the papas in the building. So we are currently out on the lake. It is 5 minutes to 9 p.m. and we just chilling and peaceful.
We actually been out here for a good 8 hours, and I've heard that healthy, lively people are outside for 8 hours a day. What you think about that? 'Cause today
that sound like goals. That sound like country folk. Get your ass out at the crack of dawn and don't come back till the sun come down.
You just gave me an excuse.
Oh, my mama.
I'm just trying to be healthy.
Dang.
So, because when you think of it like with the sun, like with how you're probably running around, walking, breathing.
Yeah.
It do kind of make sense because
It make a lot of sense.
I know last year I was outdoors more when we had our house. Like I was in the backyard a lot. And when I come to my mom's house and she's like always in the house because, she has to go to work. So it's making me like feel like I need to be in the house more, like doing stuff around the house. Mm-hmm. It's something, it's just the energy.
It's that energy, yeah.
But from last year of being like outdoors in our own house all day, just sitting in the sun, not doing dishes, just sitting in the sun, just being outside.
Just being a human.
Yeah. I can tell like I've just felt, I feel a little bit more anxious. Like being bottled up or being in the home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe it makes you feel more anxious. Like,
yeah. You don't have access to like the purest air because you're enclosed. You have partial access to the sun because you're enclosed, versus like being out straight in the elements. Like, you absorbing everything from like the source. So yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that's the goal.
right?
Have a little house with a lot of land so you could just be outside all the time. Marlene, but you had a lot of...
She just rocked me with that life.
Please don't fall.
Please, right. Marlon, I was gonna say you a big proponent of that though. Like that's one of your dreams. Talk to the folks. Let them know.
I see that the future living is being outside more, smaller homes, actually regreening everything. Like the only thing to battle global warming is to get into the ecosystem, and to get into the ecosystem is to get into planting trees. And we gotta do it every day, but we gotta get to a point to where we're doing it. Like, Oxygen. Come on.
Clean air.
Y'all ready to get to the point to where you paying for oxygen? Or you want to try to plant some seeds and sow what you reap what you sow?
And if this COVID thing is like airborne and these viruses are just in the air, like we need to be doing more things to clean the air, like growing our own food, growing trees, which the food comes from trees. So it's all connected, and it all really do make sense when you really start to think of why is this happening to us and what is this making us do. It's making us be more mindful, it's making us slow down, and it's making us deal with our family issues. And because some people may lose their home after months of not paying mortgage due to losing their job. It's just like this trickle effect, this domino effect, to really get us to come closer together as family or as a tribe or as a community, so that we really can do better. It's seeming to not be this each individual needs to be successful. It's really like what it's always been, which is family wealth, generational wealth, families creating wealth for the next generation.
Right. I agree.
Andy.
Welcome to the show. How you doing, Andy? What's going on?
She getting tired, ain't she? She's sleepy.
Okay. Wait. Come here. Come. Let me talk.
We doing good over here. It's going.
And I am telling you.
Okay, so what do you think about what is the father's role in the generational wealth building process, or what is the father's role in the tribal way of living?
The father's role.
What is the father's role?
Order.
Maintain order. I hope you come sit over here, babe.
It is to maintain order at all times. So it's like I can't discredit any father. A father is going out to work to do what he got to do to feel like he's maintaining order within his family. That's what he's supposed to do. A father that's in the garden growing his food from the seed and timing it to reap it, he's doing what he's supposed to do. A father is supposed to do what he's getting the codes and the signals to do what he's supposed to do. Like, it's not no one general answer. It's 50,000 ways to the top of the mountain. You draw? So I would say that, like, the frequency is that fathers is at different points. You got some fathers that is at this point in their life, but their son will be at this point in their life. You draw? So it's like, it's not one way. We all are from the Most High. So whatever frequency or level you vibrating on is not a fault. We gotta get the young instead of young and a greater thing. Like, if you know something and you see one, it's the same thing as it always been. Each one teach one. You see somebody that you can give them something, give it to them, because it ain't for you. That's what I would say. Like, but it's not a one general reason for a father, like, because everybody is
Remember,
going
it's
through
wet, girls.
progressions
Slippery,
of their
Nala.
father.
So please.
You know what I mean? And we
Just
all
wait.
like, we didn't
So you
start
don't
at
slip.
slavery. We had history before slavery. So it's like every father is doing the best that they could, because if they believe in the Most High.
All right, Jess, I'm getting in the water. Okay.
You ain't gonna pull it
Getting
off.
in next. I mean, I'm getting
You
in
ain't
if you
pulling
get in.
it off.
Right. You need to.
Get this.
Come on, Nate.
You need to.
Get your hands off.
Right. Okay.
Nate, welcome Nate to the party. She's attached to Jess.
Okay, you guys ready?
You wanna get on this podcast?
Yes.
Let me make lifeguard first, and I got you.
Right. Please, because you know
She's a
some
swimmer.
parts are slippery.
Right.
Yeah.
So like
Not slip.
even those like parts that just look wet,
I know.
those would be slippery. Yeah, that was a good. My husband really helps me to understand that, because it was a point where I had to say, okay, I'm a woman, he's a man, I can't act like
Nah, that's too slippery
I
for them.
know
It's dark out.
exactly.
Yeah, them rocks
Y'all
too
go
slippery.
first
And they ain't
then.
got them life jackets on.
They good. Y'all can put your feet right there.
Cut it out.
No.
G. What you trying to see? Blood or what?
I know, right? You
Cut
right.
it out.
Yeah. Nala. No, wait. Just wait. Just wait. Cause it's slippery, Nala. See. So yeah, it came to a point where I had to say, I'm a woman, he's a man. I can't act like I know man more than him.
You gotta put your life jacket on.
Babe, that's what.
Cause you're not gonna float.
They not getting in.
Alright, I'm just
Hi,
making
Nate.
sure they aware.
Huh.
Let's see. I'm
You
just
heard
making
that,
sure
babe?
what you said. Yeah, you said.
I said it got to a point where I said, I'm a woman, he's a man. I can't act like I know more.
I know more about him than he know about himself. That.
But we do feel that way for some reason.
Why?
I don't.
Wow. What?
Because this is why I said it came to a point where I said, as a woman, I really can't act like I know a man more than a man knows a man.
Okay, I agree with that.
We not getting in. They're just all they're doing. Look, they went back. They didn't even get in. So that's what I said. Like that's I think was a pivot point in our relationship when I said, okay, he gonna know more about a man than me, and I had to trust that he would know more about a man than me because my instincts was like, no,
you know. Okay, and I feel you on that. It's I like the fact that you talked about trust because if we really, I mean that was a really good example. If you really talking about trust, that was a perfect example for what trust means. Because just because in theory by law or by rule or societal view, you know, men know what men are or men know how they should be or, you know, whatever, or what it means to be a man. Some people are just uneducated. So it don't matter if you a man or if you a woman or whatever. You might supposed to know what a man's supposed to do, but what if you don't know that? So as a woman to just trust that, okay, he a man, he been a man for how many years? Okay. I'm finna, you know, okay.
But that's the same thing as like I'm gonna trust that you know women. Now, how do you feel?
But but you know what? It's some women out here that
probably don't need to be trusted.
Right? Seriously,
and
though.
that is true.
And that's true. So how do you know to trust Jessica that she gonna know how to be a woman or whatever? How would you know? Like, what's your standard on that?
To trust that she'll be a woman.
Like whatever that means. Like whatever it means to be a woman. What does woman mean in your eyes? You don't have to explain it if you don't have it, but I'm just saying, think about whatever that is. When you think about what it means to be a woman or like a grown woman or something, how do you know that Jessica fulfilled that role?
The craziest things before you like gave me that question, that wasn't even like it ain't fulfilled, but I ain't even putting her on the level like because my life's not fulfilled. Okay. It's like I'm not looking at her to be the maximus woman today because it's like I want to grow with her. So it's like where she's short at, she probably pick up here or in a whole different light. So it's like I've never put her in a space like, oh, she's the woman that I need. No, she's the woman that I'm willing to grow with. That's what this is like.
Okay, Marlon.
Do you want to play with all your friends?
And featuring Indigo, everybody.
Okay. Play with your friends?
No, I want you to stay up here, please.
But I think the only instance where we can say we just can't trust an individual to be a man or be a woman is if they were like acting like a woman and like in outright like because that's like say if you like say the only how I could see us saying that we can't trust the person with knowing how to be a woman is if she just portray herself to be a man. But even in that, she still have to feel. I think it's all intuitive. So I think even those people feel instincts. But then you really do have people where they'll say, I've always felt like a woman and I always felt like a man. So I feel like those are the only people you probably can't trust.
Come on, man.
When it
Listen,
comes to...
I used to work in the ER. Come on. Y'all put them life jackets on, G. Y'all ain't, neither one of y'all swim today. Y'all ain't finna have them at the water at the corner today. I just looked at it and
cold,
I seen
y'all?
it.
It's not
He
that
say
cold.
he can't swim, and you can only save one.
If it's life or death. I just can't float.
You know?
I can swim my ass off.
Nala Noah. I give it to the Most High.
Amen. Me too.
No doubt.
You see, I prayed before I even stepped out here.
I just gave you what they gave
be
me.
Safe. Right, y'all just be safe because it's slippery.
But if they
That's
need
it.
an extra arm, I got you.
Okay.
No doubt. Flip. Two drown.
She the one that's like it's warm.
Nah, it's love. We on the podcast. What we calling this podcast?
This is late conversation.
Late conversation.
Right, lakeside combos.
Okay, South Shore.
Conversation.
South
So
Shore.
that's the thing. Like, I believe me.
This what I said. You gonna get in for
You
real?
ain't even finna get in, Shawnee.
Right, you just.
I got, look, I took my shorts off already.
Girl, you want to show your swimsuit. Okay, come on. All right, here I come.
Come on, Noe.
We dipping in.
Can we all dip in?
We're gonna do a late night dip for the autumn.
For the new moon in Virgo today.
Hey.
Huh?
Well, I mean, we said a good amount. But that was I said the only reason, Kaiya, that we wouldn't be able to trust a man or a woman is if they really felt like they was the opposite sex. Outside of that, like if they just try, maybe they not so intelligent yet or they haven't grown. But we can't say, oh, we can't trust you because you ain't, grown, developed yet. That wouldn't be right. But the only reason I would say is like and I was saying even still in that, even a woman like this portray herself to be a man every day, strapping her boobs, that will only just say you confused. So I can't trust you. You're giving me reasons not to trust that you would know how to all of a sudden be a woman. But outside of that, I feel like you would have to trust anyone
Okay.
that they know
Indigo's
more
not gonna
about
let me be great.
being a man or a woman if they're in that space.
You find our life jackets. We're dipping in.
I took them in the car. They're in the car.
Indigo's not gonna let me be great, so this
I know.
podcast probably
Okay.
gonna get cut short, at least for us.
Yes.
But just I wanted to. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify because my attention was kind of off. But so basically, you're saying like the only way you feel like you can ever say that you can't trust like the opposite sex is if he or she was gendered differently, or if they had a different gender. So like if they had a different sexuality or something like that. If they portrayed themselves outside of the binary, that would make not really like you can't trust them, but really just like you questioning what do you believe anyway then. Really?
Right.
Like what can you trust out of your mind for what you perceive something should
Right.
be? But then you see, oh, it's not that. So now it's like you trying to reframe your mind or whatever.
Right.
From being confused, because your mind probably would make you confused.
Right.
Like, this is what I expect,
Right.
but I see that that's not the case. This is something different or whatever.
But then that's where you go to the list where you start to say, why do I expect anything?
There you go. Okay, right.
Why do I expect anything? Why can't I just accept everything the person is giving? You see what I'm saying? And then you put the faith with God and the abundance come in. But see, you expecting, and the Most High is in control, so he's looking down like,
If you got faith, what you got expectations
You
for?
expecting this?
Okay.
He ain't finna give you that. He ain't finna give you this. He ain't finna give you nothing that you expect. He gonna give you everything you need.
You ready?
You know, the only way that I would say that we could ever tell if that's true, like if that theory is true, is at the end of your life.
Come here, Noah.
And you could look back and say, dang, you know what? I remember when I was in my early 30s or whatever, like I expected my woman to be like this, or I expected my man to be like this, but I ain't get nothing that I expected, but in retrospect, I got everything I need. That's the only way you're gonna be able to tell. You gotta live through time to be able to look back and be like, oh snap.
Exactly, that's dope.
But I wonder what other people say about that, because it's a lot of people that's older than us. That's just, they in their 70s, so what they think? That's what
I mean, I'm sure it's probably difficult, like now, like looking at the news, like.
One thing that has been proven is that, you know, we are our ancestors. You know, we are a reflection of our roots. You know, the people that came before us. And there is certain characteristics that we can, you know, expect from our people. But it's we also as people have to understand that coming from the traumatized, you know, past that we have, women can't just, I always tell women, like, if you want a black man, you gotta expect some type of trauma and, you know, damageness. And, you know, women would love to, like, I know there's good, this man, but, and there are men that have beaten the odds, but they still may have deep things that we don't know. That's why we don't know men. Right. We don't even know. That's why I'm like, so, and if they are, they ain't out here off, you know, so you got to expect a man that you know you're going to have to work through some things with, and grow with.
It sounds like expecting the child that you want. Let's talk, if we're going to talk about expectations and intimate relationships, think about expecting the child that you think you're going to have from the pregnancy and all of that or whatever, and then you get something different. You get someone different, you know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Different, or you like, oh, my kid's gonna be good or whatever, and then they be bad as hell. We gonna be vegan or whatever, and they ass be like, fuck, I don't eat no vegetables. You know, like you be looking at God like, what are you trying to tell me? What is going on? But I mean, I guess men and women are like that too. Yeah. We just expect them to have greater standards because they've been on Earth longer. But hell, I feel like the longer we've been on Earth, the more poison we become. We looking at the kids. The kids is the purest.
Exactly. That's
shit. Don't look at the elders. Look at the babies.
Yeah.
Look at the babies like still pure.
Right.
Run out.
That's why I've always surrounded myself around children, because I been knew that, you know, even when my first job, just how people were gossiping, and then I was like, I started working with kids, and I'm like, they just are present, they joyful, they, you know, it was two different spectrums. I'm working with adults, and they just want to know your business, and you know, they gossiping. It was just,
the kids don't care about none of that.
Where you at?
I'm coming. But I'm on my podcast, but we wrapping up. I'm about to jump in the lake, y'all.
No doubt.
Mama Jess gonna set some new intentions for us for this new moon, and hop in the lake. It's so beautiful out here, y'all. I wish y'all could see it. Hopping in the lake. We got our blankets out here. It's just, it's the perfect September night.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
But yeah, thanks for checking in with us, y'all.
Yeah. Thanks for having me as a special guest. Hopefully I wasn't too harsh on your ears.
Nah, look, we expect all the honesty.